Hello, gamers. It's time for more humanity doing something. I guess in this case, complaining. Now, somebody on the last, or in a comment somewhere, asked if I could explain the Odyssey loadout at the start of the next stream, so I figure I'll just do that right now. I mean, it's not too complicated. Hello, game. It's 10 a.m., hardly early. Yeah, I guess it's a little early compared to usual. That's all. Arrived on time for once. Nice job. Hello, Insomnifax. Very complicated. No, it's not. Come on now. There's only one time zone and it is mine. True. That is how it works. I mean, for anti-shield, we've got the volatile particle driver. Like, since we've got Omega weapons, like the Odyssey is a good platform for using them. S-modded magazines plus a volatile particle driver basically takes care of shields by itself. Reality Disruptor is insanely strong. In fact, it's getting a little bit of a nerf. You can see the effect that doubles repair time. That debuff is getting dropped from 10 seconds to 5 seconds, which is fair. I think that's a fair change. Because right now it just completely shuts down pretty much anything it touches, and then they take twice as long to repair. So by the time they've repaired themselves, you can just fire it again. It's a permanent stun lock. Completely shut down enemy battleships. Wow, actually caught a Vive. Well, hello, Viper. Good to see ya. The other options that I've got here are triple Dragonfires, although to be honest, I'm probably going to change that. I do think, like in the next patch, Dragonfires are getting dropped down to 10 ordnance points, which, I mean, they're usable right now, but they're going to be a little more competitive with that, so that is a nice change. As it stands, I'd rather have, like, Reapers up here, just for that extra ammo. Yeah, I think the extra ammo is going to be a big difference, especially since we're getting really close to the enemy. And under player control, it's very easy to hit those Reapers. And then the Rift Torpedo is, well, the main weakness it has is that the projectile is really slow. But again, being on a flagship with a plasma burn, we can get right up to the enemy and then just completely obliterate them with this thing. Now over here, I've got defensive targeting array with Garter Heavy Bomber, which the Garters are pretty cool. I do like them, but I would really rather have a Xiphos, to be honest. In fact, Sarisas might not even be that good. I mean, they're useful for sure, but I've been looking at the numbers lately, and the amount of shield damage they're actually doing is a lot less impressive than I would have thought. So I might switch these over to just double Xiphos, get those ion beams, get the burst lasers. Other than that, hull mods. I really like resistive flux conduits on pretty much any flagship. Being able to vent faster is really useful, and the fact that you've got this big old capital ship, you need some kind of EMP resistance, because if you don't, you're going to get shut down, and that's a problem. Like, if you're fighting remnants and they hit you with a Tachyon Lance and you just flame out instantly, you are kind of screwed. Yeah, that's kind of, I think that's really all of the things that matter. Like, turret gyros, those are just generally good on capital ships across the board. It's kind of funny how now that I don't have to work on Sundays anymore, you stream at the regular Sunday time once, then you don't stream the next Sunday, and now you stream early this Sunday. Not that I'm complaining. Yeah, it's because I'm actually in your walls, and I knew that you weren't working on Sundays anymore, and I decided to just change things up to mess with you. That's what happened there. I do wish that Dragonfires would stay at 10 OP, or at the current OP, because there's enough at 12. Yeah, it would be nice to have some more, like, premium options. The problem is, if you try to buff the Dragonfires in some other way, you're probably going to break the game. Hello, gamers. Lopter, Lopter, Lopter. Hello, Tuya, Tuya. Yeah, like if you try to buff their damage or something, then or their ammo, then the Dragonfires are going to end up being too strong. So if you want to give them like a little bit of a buff, then dropping the Ordnance points is kind of the only way. No Paragon stream, disliked. True. No Paragons. This isn't a Paragon stream. This is a Renegade stream. Speaking of, someone suggested making a pirate version of the Paragon and calling it the Renegade, which I think is a really solid idea. Maybe not for vanilla, but as a mod, that would be really cool. I would rather have fun than balanced. Yeah, there's definitely an argument to be made there. Like Alex himself has said that he doesn't want to balance all the fun out of the game, which is, you know, a good observation. Like he does make balance changes here and there, but he's not trying to make everything perfectly balanced. A good example would be the Omega weapons. Like, yeah, he's going to touch them up a little bit, like the Reality Disruptor is a bit too strong, but some people have suggested like removing the debuff entirely or just massively nerfing it. And then Alex comes along and is like, yeah, I'll give it a bit of a debuff, but I'll make it a little bit weaker. But for the most part, it's still just going to work the same, and you're still going to be able to stun lock an enemy battleship. Because it's an Omega weapon. It should be. Like let the player have fun with it. Let them have their overpowered weapon. And there's a few things like that. Like IR Autolance with expanded magazines is a really, really good synergy, because expanded magazines, 50% increased regeneration is theoretically 50% increased DPS. The problem you run into is you've got to pay all the flux for that. It's not free. IR Autolance, on the other hand, has very good flux efficiency, but low recharge rate. But what you'll notice there is that because the efficiency is so good, then the extra flux you generate from the extra recharge rate is negligible. It doesn't matter. So when you put the two together, like the downside of expanded magazines with all the extra flux is basically irrelevant, and you just get the extra damage. And that's what makes Autolance really, really good, despite being cheap. And despite being completely aware of this, Alex has not decided to nerf any of that, because, like, well, you've got to S-mod one of the cheapest hull mods and combine it with one of the cheapest medium energies. In fact, it might be the cheapest medium energy. And then the result is something that's stealthily very powerful. But he's not nerfing that, because, like, so far it's just like, you know, it requires a little ingenuity. If you're a new player and you're not aware of this combination and then you figure it out on your own, that's going to feel really good. It's going to be like, wow, oh my god, I can use cheap weapons and combine it with the right, like, synergy, and suddenly it's stronger than actually more expensive weapons. Like, that's a good, like, moment where things kind of click together and you feel like a gigabrain genius. And those kinds of moments, I think, are worth keeping, even if they're not perfectly balanced. What's the big brain take on the new experimental cruiser coming next patch? I haven't tested it too much, because I know Yumfa did make a mod that lets you put it into the game right now. I have not tested it out too much. I've only tested it out a little bit. And it's very interesting in how it's balanced. Like, man, it is very, like, even if you put the cheapest weapon options, it still generates so much flux. And Temporal Shell does feel really weird on cruisers, because you speed up, but it's like not as much as you would like. But then again, the cruiser's only 18 deployment points, so there's definitely going to be some way to break it and make it really good. I just don't know what it is yet. Like, there's got to be a way to make this thing really strong. And the general idea of like a cruiser that's like a cheap cruiser that's designed for point defense sounds kind of cool. I don't know if this is how I would have gone about it, but like I do like the concept. Now let's see. That's right. We've got Hivers coming in. They're coming to deliver a message. Listen up, Chaticus Rex. Praise Skibidi or perish. That's what they're coming to deliver. That's what they want to say. Now, I would never praise Skibidi, because that's a cringe meme. It's bad. So, you know, I'm going to stand on principles. I'm going to stand on my stand on business. All right, stand by my principles. Skibidi bad, toilet unfunny. And if that means I perish, then so be it. New cruiser, 3 elements duct taped together. It would be kind of cool if there was a cruiser that had like advanced EMP emitter, where it's got like 3, like imagine it's got like 3 orbs. Like you know how the Omen has like the orb for its EMP emitter. Imagine a cruiser that had like 3 of them. And when it activates its system, all 3 of them light up. That would be pretty cool. And then you give it like crappy weapons for the crappy weapon slots, but the problem is that you do need to have enough interesting choices with the weapons that it's not just like one default loadout, because you really can't do that for a cruiser. So you need to give it some interesting weapon choices, but not too much, because then it would be too strong. I think that sounds like a fun design challenge though, but unfortunately I don't know how to make new ship systems. Even though it's kind of just a modification of the existing EMP emitter, I don't know how to clone that and put multiple of it. But if I did, then I would probably design something like that. Greetings to all the eggs. No, there's no egg ships in this fleet. There's ramming ships now. Okay, that's the new meme. Right, I'm trying to force an entirely different meme, and it's... I mean, you can't force memes. It doesn't work. But I'm going to try anyways, because I refuse to bow down to public pressure. Alright, yeah, so we've got to start doing something here. Shh. Okay. So we do have this quest line. No, that's the wrong button. Which is somewhere out here. And did I think I did this one. Right? But it's in my system. But at the very least, I can take the gate, head up to... No, this is where I am. Right? Yeah, I'm up here. This is where I am. Nord Stream Alpha. So I'm not sure. The fleet is due to return with the Commander Corps later this month, at which point we can put all this unfortunate incident behind us. Okay, so this is just like information. This is not a quest. Okay. This is what I'm looking at. I think the Onslaught's the only ship with a unique weapon built in, but there's a few other vanilla ships. Like the Monitor has flak cannons. There is the Colossus Mark III has a hammer built in. So there's a couple of other cases where they're built-in weapons, but those are existing weapons that are built in. It's only the Onslaught that's got a unique weapon. Yeah, I think I want to go here if there's a nearby gate. There is. Okay. So I'm going to head up this gate, then we're going to go do this, and then we'll get back in time to kill the bugs, because that was the plan all along. Hey, we're finally doing what we're supposed to be doing, killing bugs. Isn't that awesome? Yeah, let's go. Curious if that would ultimately be a buff or a nerf. Well, if you make the weapon, if you make the EMP emitter a built-in weapon, and then give it another system, that would just be a buff. Assuming that the EMP emitter works exactly the same as it does now. Well, I guess that's not strictly true, because then systems expertise wouldn't improve the EMP emitter if it was a built-in weapon. I guess on the baseline ship, it would be an improvement, because now it's just got another system, basically. But once you factor in officer skills, it would be potentially just a trade-off and a side grade. Hey, there's no reason for me to go slow. I've got solar shielding. Yes, Mr. Brain. The unknown location? Yeah, it's in the unknown location. Oh, that's right here, by the way. This is how... I mean... Yeah, of course. This makes perfect sense to me. Just point me on the map to where the unknown location is, and I'll figure out the rest. Hi all, can't stop playing Star Sector. Help me. Well, I'm sorry, Spiderfeet, but it's already over. There's nothing to be done. Oh god. What the... Yo, chat, are we cooked? Yeah, yo, chat, are we cooked? No, we're fine. It's a mix of high-tech and remnant ships. All of them have triple S mods. Plus, they've got some kind of special ship. Speaking of, I forgot to put this into storage. Yeah, that's my mistake. I mean, it depends on what that flagship is. It's only got 2 S mods. But that's a mod ship. It's probably some kind of boss fight. It could be really strong, but it could also just be something I can handle entirely with the reality disruptor. And then everything else in the fleet doesn't... I mean, this is a case where the meme ships ramming into the enemy will just... I mean, they should just be able to tear through that, honestly. They might die in the process, but they're going to inflict more damage to the enemy than they take themselves. Although there is a Hyperion in there, and that's going to be a pain. But we can handle them. We can handle them. We've proven that. Yeah, it looks similar because it's from the same faction, I'm guessing. Well, I guess we're going to find out. And if things go wrong, which they won't, but if they do, we have options. We can quick save. Or rather than quick save, we can quick load. Okay, so this thing clearly has phase coils and Omega weapons, looking at this picture here. A lot of Omega weapons, even. So that's going to be a pain. And it's got a level 8... something. It's piloted by something, that's for sure. In fact, there's humans in this fleet. I'm not sure what the lore implications here are. Attention, your vessel has been scanned and identified as hostile to Tritachyon Corporation. Okay. Well, I guess we kill him. Oh, once again, that does make things more difficult if there's no command points, because that means I've got ships that just can't deploy. Huh. I don't know why these fights seem to not have command points, but I guess that's just part of the design. Does make things a bit more difficult, but at least we've got best of the... I mean, honestly, it makes best of the best a little too strong as a capstone skill, because without it, we'd be in a little more trouble. Yeah, this is kind of where... It's stuff like this where I really want some Reapers, because rather than firing a second Rift Torpedo, I'd rather fire a couple Reapers, but I do have Dragonfires. The only problem is they just don't have a lot of ammo, and I don't want to burn them on a destroyer. So it puts me in a really awkward spot here. Oh, there was a mine. Oops. So, it just destroyed something. Let's see. Let's get you in there. Let's get you in there. And I'll let you do whatever it is you're doing. Is that a buffalo? They really just deployed everything, huh? Yeah, you are... you are cooked. It is over. Now we've got 2 more going in. Guess you can help kill that. You might as well help. Yeah, the frigates are doing their job pretty well. And those guys are basically acting like big bowling balls, just ramming into the middle of the fleet. The only answer to ship numbers are ramming speed. That's very true, some dude. Thank you for $2. This thing's just double gravitons. It's not that threatening, but I mean, it might as well kill it. Yeah, there goes another Indomitable. You're kind of annoying. Let's fire off another. This is a case where I'd really, yeah, I do want to change my weapon setup. Probably should have done that before getting into this fight. Make sure that you never see the light of day. You know I had to do it to him. So let's see. We still got two. Still two of them are running around, and it looks like they haven't taken any hull damage yet. You can escort that. Really? That didn't catch the missile? Are you sure? Because it looked a lot like I was pointing really close to it. Oh, and this thing's even got an antimatter blaster. They're not messing around with these designs, huh? Although, what are you doing? Your engines were clearly on. I don't know where you're going. You might want to turn around. Just a thought. Yeah, okay, I did my math right. Oh boy, it's coming up towards us. That's never a good sign. Oh, it got the cleaned up the sky splitter, that's why. This thing might be an issue. If we could just finish off the shade, that would be great. Oh, good, it's got mines. It's got, like, a lot of mines. Okay. Omega weapons? Fine. Mines? I've got Omni shields. This is a problem. Yes, thank you. Yeah, and it's going to spam them at me because I technically don't have any point defense. That's an issue. Oh, and the Dragonfire's disabled. Okay. Okay, so we did get some damage in there. That's good, that's good. Now, if we could get more people over here, that would be even better. You are dying, which is less than ideal. You can go kill that, I guess. And you guys clean that up. Okay, I got a couple of Rift Torpedo hits. That's good. That's a good start. Oh, and it's got Cryoblasters too. I've got to be careful. Okay, let's just make sure that you're gone. Excellent. So you're getting annoying. The Hyperion is here to clean that up. That's excellent. You guys can clean those up. Okay, so I've got a couple Rift Torpedo hits. I've still got two of these. And we've got them on the ropes. I think we're winning this one. Unless this thing, like, splits into 3 ships. Which it very well may. Maybe I need an emotional... Oh, wait. It did split into a bunch of ships. Wait a minute. It died. And then, of course, when it dies, It spits out 2 Dooms, 2 Harbingers, and 2 more Hyperions, of course. Naturally. Oh, okay, this is the definition of we're cooked. Like, if there's ever been an image... This is it. Okay, well, we're not dealing with that. It's still kind of weird that the ship... So, obviously, these boss fights are meant to replicate the Tesseracts, right, the Omegas, right, where they die and then they split up into smaller ships. The problem I have is that in both of the boss fights, not only does it spit out a bunch of smaller ships, but the original ship also respawns with full health. Like, that's a bit weird. Like, it's not like when you beat the Tesseract, it spits out, like, smaller ships and then also regenerates to full health. No, the original ship dies, and then it spits out the smaller ships. That's the way that works. But with these boss fights, now, maybe they're fixed in newer versions, because this is a somewhat older version of the mod. So maybe they've changed it in newer versions, but it is a bit, like, it's really unintuitive that the ship not only regenerates to full, like, it spits out all these smaller ships, but then also regenerates to full health. Yeah, save copy. Like, that's very unintuitive, because it goes against what we've already seen in vanilla. Well, we're not doing that. At least not yet. My officers are really not quite ready for it. So we're going to have to find something a little more mild to do while we wait for the inevitable Hiver invasion. Okay. Well, we can drop this thing off into storage because we're not using it. I mean, at the end of the day, if I really need to win, I've got some options. The Divine Gift as a flagship would go... That would go crazy. Because then I would just take this and then use the system to just repeatedly lock down their most threatening ship, while the rest of my fleet cleans up everything else. And by the rest of my fleet, I mean I could bring the Gown. The Gown is actually a really good choice, because... Like, if you bring this, then this is the only capital ship you need. You don't need, like... Who needs to bring 3 Onslaughts or 3 Paragons when you can just bring 1 Gown, and then for the rest of your fleet, just spam Hyperions? I think that legitimately would be very, very strong. Like, what's the enemy going to do to that? They don't have any options. They're completely cornered. Right, you've got this massive, unstoppable 100 deployment point fleet anchor surrounded by just a ton of frigates. That would be very strong. But as it stands, I do want to change this up a little bit. Given it's a phase boss, you need fighter spam. Yeah, that would probably help. That would probably help. Bringing in, like, a ton of Warthogs would be... maybe... I mean, Warthogs are nice because the light mortars are pretty threatening, and the phase ship doesn't have any shields to block them. But they're a bit slow, so I'm worried about phase ships outrunning the Warthogs. At least, I would worry about that when I don't have fighter uplink. See, I want to switch over... Do I not have any Typhoons? Really? There's no way that's real. Huh. No, wait, there they are. I just wasn't going low enough. Okay. I don't know what this thing is, but I'm kind of tempted to go with it. I'm tempted to go with non-defensive fighters and instead go with offensive fighters. Just to try it out. Let's see, 4,000, 4,000. What's the speed? Top speed 200, top speed 255. So these would be... Well, I would like to do both. I think these are faster. What's around 250? Honestly, that's kind of a dead zone, I think. There's not a lot, at least for vanilla fighters. The closest would be the Lux, but the Lux is not very good. Do moats counter fighters? Yeah, moats eat fighters. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it does have those kind of moats, doesn't it? Big Brain is alive. Time to learn some builds. Well, we'll see about that. We'll see about that. There's a... Return to Talon. Reject modernity. Return to Talon. Or maybe I could just try it. I can't actually afford it, huh? That's a shame. I could do that. Honestly, let's just test out the fighters and see how they do by themselves. Although, I don't have more of those, do I? I do. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. So this is 200, this is 255, and this thing... 200. Ah, there we go. Now we're cooking. Now we're cooking with gas. Probably want to drop all these off instead of lugging them around forever. Sell all that. Wait, did I have blueprints here? That's important, because I don't need yeah. If I've got blueprints that I've already learned, then I can just sell those. That's fine. So let's just test out the fighters by themselves. Let's see how they do. Throw up the Venture. It's pretty durable. What the? Yeah, that's what I meant. There we go. Not quite. Hold on. Let me just back up a bit. Now I'll do this. Okay. Surprisingly, the orange fighters have shields. Even though they look pretty low-tech. They're not doing any serious damage yet. Wasn't the Sturmfighter the 200 speed one? That's... Yeah, that's correct, it is. And these things seem to be... Where the Assault Fighter died, these two seem to be completely unthreatened. Here comes another one. I guess it's the shields, but this thing also has a shield, so... Coming in for round 2. Because the Venture's a pretty tough target for fighters. Right? It's got decent armor. It's got the mining drones. While they're not super strong, they do at least have like 4 of them. They have to beat. The area superiority fighters are mostly anti-fighter. Okay. That's what these things... So that's what these things are for. They do seem to have some kind of like mini Devastator, which is meant to be an anti-fighter weapon. And that's probably not going to synergize with what I want to do with the Assault Fighter here. You can see this thing is actually stripped off the armor, and then its other weapons are fragmentation. Like, the Venture's getting desperate. It's starting to shoot its harpoons at a fighter. Alright, I think we can do enough of that. I want to see the Sturmfighter. How does that do? Maybe I want a softer target just to make it look more impressive. You know, for our investors, right? We want to impress the investors, make them think that we have a a solid product when we don't. Oh, does this thing have Laidlaw tech? It looks like it's got the Laidlaw accelerators, which, if I remember, do fragmentation damage. So as soon as the armor gets stripped off, that would be... Oh, look, I think that beam is anti-armor, isn't it? Does this thing just have everything? It looks like it's got a little bit of everything. Oh boy. I did manage to kill them, so it's got that going for it. Unfortunately, you made the crime of getting too close, so... It's a bit too fast for its own good. Honestly, it was hitting all of its shots, so I don't think so. Like, despite being really fast, it was, like, it kept its guns on target. I guess the assault fighter looks like it overloads really easily, where the other fighters are not. The other fighters are actually have enough armor and hull that they can drop their shields. Or at least they're choosing to, for some reason. Omnishield 800 versus Omnishield 700. Yeah, its durability is not actually that much lower, but it seems to die more. It's interesting. I wonder why. Reality disruptors are really BS, man. I mean, it's an Omega weapon. Right? They should be fun. They should be overpowered. You know, that's your late game progression after you've already maxed out your levels and all that. Alright, for this one, I don't really have to... I'll just go with something passive like Salamander. I don't want to actually have to change weapon groups too much. And we'll go with double Sturmfighter. We'll give them a chance. We'll give them a little bit of a chance to prove themselves. Now, this normally I would put, like, Antimatter Blaster on the nose. But since I'm using Omega weapons, I don't have a lot of... Well, it's not really the Omega weapons' fault. It's these guys' fault. Do I have Hardened Shields? Yeah, I could probably drop the Hardened Shields, to be honest. I don't have that much capacity in the first place. And I'm not too scared of EMP arcs when I've got Resistant Flux Conduits and Impact Mitigation. Instead, I think I'll just do that what I said. I'll throw those in. Yeah, we'll take that. Go like that. Then we'll throw that in. Okay. Now, controlling the fighters at the same time as controlling 3 weapon groups might be a bit ambitious. But it could also be really good. This might be too much, but it could also be really good. Let's find out. At least against some test enemies. You know, not representative of real combat exactly, but... I think Volkov, the best way to describe what I understand about them is that they have a lot of hybrid weapons and high mobility, but they tend to be very fragile. That's the way that it looks. But then, on top of that, they've got a lot of variety. So they've got some ships can be specialized into being more defensive. So it looks like both of the fighters died, which is kind of expected to hear, I guess. Although having both of these basically sit around defensively and then sending them after frigates that I don't want to chase could be really useful. In the end, I'll probably just settle on Xiphos, but I don't have any, so for now I'm going to be using these. Just like that. Okay. Ooh, didn't quite finish it off. You did actually manage to survive, which is a little annoying. Yeah, the reality disruptor is a pain. There's no denying that. But once it's on your side, it is really fun to use. Yeah, the annoying thing is that when everything's on cooldown, you can't really do a whole lot of hull damage. We're completely reliant on the burst weapons for that, where the volatile particle driver just doesn't do any hull damage. It's very little. It's a bit unfortunate, but probably manageable. Yeah, I think that's enough of that. I think that's, yeah, so ideally, I'm going to switch these over to Xiphos, because I don't think I want to manage the fighters on top of 3 weapon groups. But I do like this setup, the double antimatter blaster, double Reaper. It does feel really good to use. Alright. So that's that. Now we've got to worry about the Hivers. Although maybe I can hop over to the core world and grab some Xiphos real quick. That's what I'd like to do. And just make a quick little visit. Just cheekily pop through the gates, you know. Say hello to some old friends. Okay, can we stop getting memory leaks? Just don't do that. I don't know why they keep happening. Just don't. You know, just stop doing that. Stop hitting yourself. How do you feel about the Knights of Bloodship, the Onslaught in particular? I didn't know they had a variant of the Onslaught, to be honest. I know they've got a lot of unique ships, and they've got like unique mechanics. They've got a very distinct art style, or like you know, aesthetic to them. So overall, I like them. But I haven't really tried to do any builds with them yet. Star Sector new version when? Probably a few months. We've got the patch notes, and some people have said like he's projecting 6 months, but I don't know if that's actually true. Yeah, they do. It's named differently, but it's basically an Onslaught. Okay. So many ads. That's weird. I love the mod that adds pilotable mechs. Yeah, I've definitely got that one. I think I've got that one downloaded. It's just not in this playthrough. I know. Hopefully, Xiphos? No. Nah, we're not lucky. Unfortunate. Damn. I was kind of hoping that would work. Although, I can just visit some other planets. It's not like we're in any rush. 50 days is 50 days. Let's head over to Kulan. I'm sitting here like Patience on a monument, waiting to find out what he meant by the word threat. See, that's the thing. You think threat means new content for the game that's threatening. What it actually means is he's threatening you, the player. With like he's actually put like malware into the game, and he's going to hold your computer hostage. Right? He's threatening you. That's what it means. He's an absolute menace to society. Honestly, someone should have stopped him by now, but I think everyone's too afraid. There we go. There's some Xiphos. That's what I like to see. I'll just grab all of them. Now I can find the nearest gate. Alex will take your lunch money. And he's going to do it, and he's going to laugh about it afterwards. He's going to take pictures of you crying, and he's going to show it to all of your friends at school. No, the government just thinks it's too funny to do anything about it. That's true. You know, I'm sure there's a lot of criminals out there where the FBI agent monitoring them is like, you know what, this is illegal, but damn, the dude's funny. What can I say? I gotta let him go. I gotta let him go. He's too funny. You can't, like, you know, just on principle, I can't do it. Correct me if I'm wrong, does anyone remember when this was a multiplayer game on Kongregate? Star Sector has never been multiplayer, so you're probably thinking of something else. Unless you're talking about a different game. Like, I don't think that at any point in this game's history it was multiplayer. Imagine, interactive Star Sector stream chat experience. Yeah, that'll probably never happen, though. It'll stay in your imagination, some dude. I mean, the multiplayer would be fun, but it's one of those... And there are some mods that do add rudimentary multiplayer. Although getting those to actually function for a full playthrough would be a bit difficult. Do I want to spend that money? It's structural damage on a ship that relies on shields, so it's not like it's that big of a deal, but... Yeah, I guess so. Glitch sensor array when you have safety overrides is not really a big deal. How many story points do I have? I've just got the one. Okay. And now I can switch over to Xiphos. Poor Stormfighters never even stood a chance. Yeah, I'm going to go all in on Dissipation. Because I've done that with some other Odyssey builds, and it does seem to work really well. Because going high on Dissipation, plus Resistant Flux Conduits, lets you block some attacks, burn away, and then vent before the like as the enemy is just turning to catch up to you. It is pretty effective, so I like it. We're going to run with that. Now, I do have the wormhole anchors, but do I need them? I'm pretty sure I've got gates in every system. I've got gate here. Yeah, Nord Stream is there. Yeah, all of my systems already have gates, so that's like a non-issue. I don't need the wormhole anchor. What I do need to do is get ready for conflict. 34 days, and then another 50 days to here. I imagine multiplayer would be more in line of a co-op mode where each person can pilot a ship in the fleet. Yeah, I think that's what people are mostly looking for, because trying to have two separate fleets in the game would probably be a bit much. But having one person play the game and the other person basically watch up until combat happens, and then being able to both play combat at the same time would be pretty cool. You do run into the problem where if someone's in a phase ship, the game would have to slow down for both players, which would be... I guess that's doable, right? But if you're the person in the phase ship, or even if you're both in a phase ship, if one of you goes into phase and the other person isn't, then whoever's not in phase is going to feel like the game is really slow, because, well, it is. The game is slowed down for you. And so you don't really get to do a whole lot, which might not feel very good. But it would be doable. And it's kind of a similar thing with the rest of the campaign, right? You just have to sit there and watch, which some people are happy to do. It's just, like, the market for that is going to be pretty small. It's not a priority for the devs. The game would never slow down. I think there's an option for that. There is, but piloting phase ships would be kind of difficult because then you just triple, your speed would shoot up instantly as soon as you click. I don't think you'd be able to pilot phase frigates at all. It would require you to be like an arcane keyboard wizard to actually pull that off. It'd be a little too difficult, I think. Yeah, I think I'm just going to sit in hyperspace and wait for them to show up. There's not a whole lot I can do with just 48 days. We're doing that right now, aren't we, as we're watching someone play the game for us? True. That's true. It's so true. Oh, right, you guys. Well, they're not bothering me, so I guess it's... Oh, now they're pursuing me. They just took a few seconds. They had a little, They had a little bit of a brain fart there. They're like, oh, wait, isn't that the... Hey, Bob! Isn't that the guy we're supposed to be harassing? I mean, inspecting? No, Jim, that's a different guy. Yeah, but he's got his transponder on. I'm pretty sure this is the guy. Yeah. And then they gave up after like 2 seconds. Incredible. Like, this is really just goes to show why the hegemony has the highest quality officers. Why, their doctrine, highest quality officers, and you can see it right on display here. Beautiful. You know, the gameplay really matches the lore. It's excellent. What are these guys doing? Real clowns, honestly. The thing is, it wasn't even called Star Sector back in... I'm not sure if it was in development in 2009, but by like 2010, 2011, it was called Starfarer. Spiderfeet. Maybe. I would have to look into the history a bit more. But yeah, maybe they were trying to do that. But I haven't seen anything. I have not heard anything of that. So that's kind of news to me, if true. Is this with the Hyper mod? Yes, it is. In fact, I don't know how strong the fleets are going to be, so I'm just going to do a little quick save. You know, make sure everything's up to code. Man, these guys are busy. They're just raiding everybody. Which they've been doing this whole time. It's just that it didn't affect me, so I didn't care. But now I care, because they're coming after me. You know, I liked the Hivers, alright? Until they decided to raid my planets. Well, now they've crossed a line. Yes, I am going casual mode. That's right, Tiridu. I've sold out. I'm going casual mode. I mean, the original plan was not to do that, but I ended up finding out that when you download a bunch of mods that you've never used before, you may be bit off a bit more than you can chew. Maybe. I'll probably do, like, more Iron Mode playthroughs in the future, but, yeah, not this one. Multiplayer PvP would be really fun and can get cheesy. Yeah, I would like to, like, having the ability to just design a fleet, connect to another player, and then have the fleets battle it out would be pretty cool. That would be cool. The streamer is not playing on Iron Mode. Surely he just uses it to have backup saves in case something goes wrong, and he's not using it to save scum. Surely. Clueless. Got cash money. I mean, Diablo Avionics is a classic mod. It's really good. visually very distinct. Gameplay is very, it's fairly balanced as far as mods go, but it's also got a lot of creative gimmicks. So, yeah. Why is bro chilling? We're waiting. We're waiting to ambush somebody. All right, we're role-playing as a pirate right now. This is what pirates do. They just kind of sit here, twiddling their thumbs, waiting for the enemies to show up. That's the way it is. Computer, 500 cigarettes. I do get that reference, some dude. I think someone commented that on the Hornet's Nest video. 500 talons. Shame there are no Diablo capitals. There are. I think there's 2, at least. 2 that I know of. Okay, so 4 days until they arrive, supposedly. But the problem is, they might be knocked off course by this. So I don't know if they're actually going to arrive when they're supposed to. I don't know. There they are. Okay. Well, we're going to quick save again because that was a while. That took longer than I thought. Alright, how many fleets did we actually catch here? Because it says with allies. 130%. Yeah, we're probably fine. I mean, they've got overpowered fighters, sure, but we're probably fine. Isn't that right? The Hyperion is doing what it does best and just capturing the points instantly. You'll love to see it. Speaking of, now I can't deploy anything. Okay, well, that's taken, so we're going to... Everyone else can go over here, actually. That's probably for the best. Get some more frigates out here. Okay, so that's good enough. Hold on, let me back up a bit so that I don't get caught into combat. Because I just want to make sure that I can deploy... There we go. Deploy everybody. Let's get that over there. You can cancel that. You're good. Well, yeah, we're not really going to fight over the comm relays. They're not too important. And also the nav buoy is not too important. Honestly, the sensor jammer is probably providing the biggest benefit. So this is basically a shade, but green. This, well, it doesn't matter what it is because it's about to die. Let's start with the Rift torpedo. Oh wow, that hull is paper thin. Wow, that was a lot faster than I thought it would be. Okay, so all of you came over here, and the Sky Splitter went by itself over there. That's kind of interesting. Wonder how that happened. Just make sure that they stop living. Yeah, so the Hivers do have overpowered fighters. They're looking pretty manageable. Right, mods can get a lot tougher. Oh wow, it survived that. Impressive. And I think Xiphos are a good answer to these fighter spam. Get 'em, boys. Although, I do... It is a bit annoying, so that's one thing that makes the auto-pulse laser a bit easier to use, is the volatile particle driver is wasting its shots trying to shoot at fighters. And with its kinetic damage, any fighters with decent armor can actually survive quite a few hits, so it ends up wasting all of its charges, where auto-pulse lasers would just kill the fighter. So now I have to use, have to toggle hold fire. It's a little more difficult. Not a lot, it's just when I'm already managing through weapons groups, it's a bit of extra micromanagement. It seems like you've got a bit of a frigate issue, my friend. Let me solve that for you. Oh, that did not go as well as I'd hoped. Alright. Go ahead, unphase. I dare you. I dare you. Unphase. Do it now. That's what I thought. Let's take a little distance and vent again. How are we doing? Yeah, everybody's still deployed. And we are chewing through them at a reasonable pace. Oh, did I catch... no, I didn't catch both of them. That would have been awesome, though. Go ahead. Unphase. Unphase. I dare you. I'm not even going to shoot you. I'm just going to ram you, honestly. Told ya. I am holding fire. That's true. Look at that. Ramming is... Bro, you shot a Reaper at the enemy. And then the Reaper missed, and you just rammed them. That's kind of funny. Yeah, that thing is getting torn to pieces by all those fighters. Yeah, it's gone. So we did lose one. No, we've lost something else. We lost two of them. Okay. You know, I'm starting to think that maybe I'll replace the ramming ships. You know, they've had a good run. It's been a good meme. But they might not be the most effective tactic. Look at this big boy. Get over here. Oh, I did not mean to. Yeah, I probably should have been a bit more careful when I'm firing all of my burst weapons, so I don't overload, huh? Well, you guys can take this away. This is all yours. Go wild. And make sure to have fun. Now, hold on. Let me just, There we go. Do we have anything left? Is there any... Okay, yeah. We can go full assault now. Autopilot that. May I recommend VIC Focalora cruisers as a replacement? Come in missile and carrier flavors. Yeah, I could try those. Honestly, running 4 of the same cruisers when there's so many options might be a bit limiting, right? I guess I could try one. I'll replace them one at a time and try out a bunch of different cruisers and see how that goes. So is that the only one, or is there another one hiding out here somewhere? I don't think we're going to get him. I think I'm just going to let him go. And we can pursue. Yeah, we'll recover. There we go. So that was a decent amount. Took 50 off the colony crisis because we're close. It does look like we didn't quite defeat the whole thing. And in fact, the hegemony seems to be tangling with them. Now, I don't have my whole fleet recovered yet, but if... Oh, wow, they just kicked the hegemony. Okay, I was about to join the battle on their side, but I didn't even get enough time to do that. You guys are fast. Why are you running so fast? Get over here. I want to kill you. I love how it says Knight of Lud Watchers when they're clearly Hivers. That's funny. It's a good joke, guys. I know that you're not human. You're not fooling anybody. You wait the day that Diablo Ships gets more content? That's probably not going to happen, or if it does, it's going to happen very slowly, because the original guy who makes it isn't, you know, updating it anymore. It's being, like, other modders are maintaining it, right, keeping it up to date for every patch. Now that might include adding content, but I don't think they've added a lot. How did you get your shields overwhelmed so quickly? That is really strange. Yeah, we're Knights of Blood, trust me, bro. I mean, yeah, it's insensitive, you know? It's just like Robert with his skin condition, you know? It's kind of insensitive to really, you know, call that into question. You know, some people just look... Some people are just green, what can I say? And they're green and they speak in clicks. You know, you gotta go outside some more, touch some grass. Full assault this. Get him. What if the Knights of Lud were green? Yo, that's crazy. Where? Oh, it's chasing fighters, of course. Yeah, sometimes when fighters are retreating, your frigates will decide to chase them, which is an odd choice. Is it going to get away? No, it's not going to get away. Okay. Hold on. Clearly you guys need to meet... I was going to say need me to do this, but I guess not. They're doing just fine. So let's go get some quick repairs, and then we can come back and finish what we started. Toss that into storage. Sell this crap. I don't really need 100 of these, do I? Grab some supplies. Lovely. Do I want to repair any of the D-mods? So you got structural damage, so that's going to be fixed. You got still glitch sensor rate, that's fine. Compromised armor is not good. But that's also really expensive, so I'm not going to bother. Glitch sensor rate is probably fine. I'll leave that for now. But then again, it's also cheap to repair these things, so might as well. But yeah, for now, compromised armor is fine. That's the thing. If you're going to be piloting this ship, then that's the right skill. But I am going to be replacing you guys, because I am going to be getting new ships. Is this it? Is this the last one? Knights of Blood Holy Armada. I guess this is the... That's right, I think this is technically the church. This is technically the church crisis. That's why they're doing this. I forgot about that. 107%. That's easy. I mean, honestly, we got the same map layout with the comm relays in the same spots. The only difference is the nav buoy and the sensor jammer are flipped. Alright, go capture that for me. Yeah, so there's just one frigate here, which means the enemy is going to be... Most of the forces are going to be over here. Deploy all of that. You can escort that. And we can deploy the last one. Commanding an Invictus raises your testosterone levels. Do you have a peer-reviewed study? Do you have any supporting evidence for that claim? Okay, what? Torpedo. Oh, right, they've got this little fighter that fires out like multiple... How many Atropos does one fighter need, damn it? Alright, it's enough. Enough is enough. Once again, how many Atropos does one fighter need? Come on now. Calm down. All of my Xiphos got killed, unfortunately, so I've got no defenses here. Like, seriously, this thing is still going. Stop. Yeah, I need to put a mining laser on the ship because it is really annoying that the enemy... I mean, this is what they should be doing in the first place, but normally they don't spam all of their mines because they think you're going to stop them with your point defense somehow. Oh god, my hull got really low here. Okay, can we just kill this thing already? Please? I mean, you... Yeah, you almost did it. I swear. I swear. Come on now, Eradicator. You should have done that like a year ago. That took a little too long for my taste. Probably should have just ordered it to be more aggressive instead of complaining about it. I think that would be the optimal move. But complaining is more fun sometimes. Yeah, I don't think... for the Odyssey, I'm not really a fan of frontal shield conversion. I think the Omni Shield is the way to go. But Accelerated Shield is pretty much necessary no matter what. Damn. I've used up all of my hull repair. I thought I would repair to more than 937, but apparently not. Ooh, that's rough. But that big-ass ship just ran... It was just a floating bomb. Yeah, we are living on a prayer. That's true. John Bovey would be proud. Okay, can you get over here? in a reasonable amount of time. That'd be great. Be real careful, because I've got no armor and my hull is under 1,000. Gotta take these out with precision. So that's one down. That's, somehow they're doing more damage with this fleet. This fleet, despite being a lower percentage by a lot, is doing significantly more damage. I don't know, maybe they just rolled better fighters, but even the Eradicator's taking a beating. This is not good. It is really annoying when... Oh god, that's gonna kill me. Hold on. I don't want to die. There we go. These stupid-ass fighters. I really need to get some... I might need to get defensive targeting array just to boost the Zyphos damage against fighters. Even the Sky Splitter is under a lot of pressure. This is really unusual. The last Hyper Fleet wasn't anywhere as threatening. Wonder what happened. They must just have better ships, I guess. Oh god, these fighters are gonna be the death of me. So I need you to get in there, because I am screwed. Yeah, please attack the Eradicator instead. Did you see that? That thing just ate a Hellbore to the face, and it's like, yeah, I got a couple more in me. Look at all of that. No wonder they're doing so well in this battle. God damn. Oh, thank God. Okay. Oh, and they still have the Super Dreadnought. That wasn't even all of them. Oh, there they go. Seriously? How? Why is this one so much... This one has been like 5 times harder, despite being half the bonus XP. That's a bit strange, to say the least. You know, some things don't add up here. Damn, these fighters. Like, with all my armor gone, I can't really do a whole lot. Because as soon as they get around me, I'll get around my shield, I am just instantly dead. I have 100 hull left. There are no options. That was close. Not quite. Yeah, I don't think I can beat these. Because if they've still got fighters, I just can't actually close the distance at all. Okay. Why was there such a massive difficulty spike where the second battle... Oh, of course, I didn't save before the second battle, so I've got to redo the first one. But let's look at this again. Let's just have a little peek at this again. What was the difficulty? 190%? And this was... The second one was 100%, and it was about massively easier. Doesn't quite add up. Alright, well, at least, womp womp. Alright, well, I guess the second time we're just going to have to lock in. And I've lost before, but never twice in a row. We've just got to lock in. It's as simple as that. Numbers difference, but that's the thing. This fleet has more. So I can only assume they just have higher quality ships and fighters, and they just happen to roll higher quality ships and fighters that aren't quite as balanced. Let's see if we can get you out of there. And also, I forgot to deploy the rest of my fleet. Oops. Well, anyways. That's kind of important, though. You know, Star Sector experts will tell you, deploying your whole fleet is part of a strategy. Which strategy? All of them. Oh, I didn't even need to fire the Reapers. It just evaporated to the antimatter blasters. That's a bit odd. There's a bug streamer out there called Hive Mind Energy. That's kind of a good name, actually. I should make like an alter ego channel called Hive Mind Energy. You know, that's a good idea. I should create a channel that's my own arch nemesis. Damn, this one, I don't know. So how is it that the one that looks like a big solid block seems to be made of paper, but this thing that looks like a delicate dragonfly has a way more hull? Like, that seems to be a bit of a mismatch between the visual design and the actual gameplay. Unless I'm misremembering. But yeah, they don't, like, the fighters that are attacking me are a lot less threatening. They do still have some really strong ones like this thing, the double pulse lasers, but compared to that other fleet, the fighters in that thing were just insane. Okay, now we're going to remove all of these. Somebody can go capture that. Might as well. Nice. So that thing had a frontal shield, which makes it a lot easier to take out because we can just slip past its defenses. So, yeah, you can kill that any day now. There you go. Oh god, maybe retreat. I don't need you that far into enemy territory. Is any of you going to go over there? It's right there. All you have to do is drive in that direction. It's that simple. And I am not aiming. There we go. Hello there, little phase ship. How you doing? Oh, that's cool. Nice meeting ya. So you're retreating. You're going to retreat now. I think we're getting to the end of the enemy fleet. Ooh, nice shot. Okay, we got that covered. They're still sending in more, but it doesn't look like anything too threatening. Ideally, I'd like to take this thing out. Let's hit the engage button on that one. Is this a phase frigate? I think so. Right, I'm going to try and circle around that thing before the reinforcements can actually come up. Oh, you have plasma burn. Interesting. Not quite what I expected. Yeah, see, this thing looks a lot more durable. It looks more durable than the Dragonfly, but comparatively, it actually has pretty paper-thin defenses. Which is odd. Oh god, look at all those fighters. Here we go. Let's just get out of here. Let's skedaddle. I don't know what you're doing. You're pointing at something that's not even on screen. Get over here. We're not playing around. Alright, let's see if you can actually get out before dying. It's questionable, but maybe. Look at all those frigates. Oh, you are in a bit of a rough spot. Is that just a couple of frigates with all those fighters? Is that where they're coming from? Because it looks like these fighters are all coming from these guys. And it survived a Reaper. That's a bit insane. It does not survive a Rift Torpedo. That's normal. Look at that. Durable little bastard. Whew, okay. Yeah, it looks like these... Can I hit F1? No, okay. It is going to be nice in the next update. You're going to be able to just click on these things and open the codex directly, even during combat. That is going to be nice, because then I'll be able to analyze with more precision exactly... Wait, so they're carriers that also have plasma burn. And they're... Now this is definitely a unique design territory, and that could be interesting. But man, are these a pain in the ass. It does look like we can claim victory here, though. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Run if you like. I'm gonna catch you. I don't think we're gonna catch anything else, though. I think we're done. So we did still... Yeah, this guy did not make it out. But this time we only lost one instead of two, so that's an improvement. And apparently we also broke the damn game because the lag is unbelievable. Alright, well, you know what time it is. It's restart time because, yeah, I've tried clear commands and that didn't quite solve it last time, so here we go. How come the small ones are so tough while the big ones have the durability of wet tissue paper? That's what I'm asking out here. It does seem like... See, surprisingly, most modders are really good with this, where the visual design sort of matches how much hull durability they have. So if you look at something that looks tough, then it ends up being, you know, about as tough as it looks. The Hivers are the first time I've actually run into a mod where it doesn't seem like it doesn't seem like the visual design matches the hull durability. This is the first time I've had that issue. Which, on the flip side, on a more positive note, it does highlight that other modders are usually really good about this. Dollar Skewness should rename to $1.80 due to inflation. $0.80 Skewness. I would say Rift Beams are worse than Disintegrators. Disintegrators are... Like, you can feasibly use them. Like, on an Eagle with, like, Ballistic Rangefinder, then they would be not very good, but, like, they're doing something. If you put, like, a Disintegrator with a couple of Auto Lances, you could make something of that. Rift Beams, I just don't see much. I don't see much potential for them, at least in their current state. Alright. Well, that is that. Yeah, they don't even retreat. They just fight you. They have no understanding of how outmatched they are. Okay, what is going on here? That completely tanked my frame rate as soon as it died. And, I mean, it recovered at least, but... Wow, that was weird. Why is this thing so durable? It doesn't look like it is at all. God, that's weird. Nice. Are they retreating? Nope. Apparently not. They're gonna fight to the bitter end, I guess. They didn't hear no bell. Alright, come on, Hyperion, you got this. You got the perfect you have the perfect weapon set up. Yes. Demolish him. Easy. Alright, let's go home. This guy's circling around quite a ways. That one's the pain in the ass. So we gotta get home first, repair up, and then get ready for a serious fight. So we lost you, you got structural damage. Alright, Robert, we'll fix up your ship. It's okay. Happens to the best of us. We also have 7 story points, so that earned us a fair amount. Degraded shields, gotta fix that, that's important. And you... I guess, yeah, stabilized shields is the next thing. Or maybe, no, I don't think it needs expanded magazines. I think the Mining Blaster is fine as is. Also, it'd be nice if I could squeeze in Energy Weapon Mastery, but this skill set looks pretty good. Speaking of, I would probably want another elite skill. Although it's going to be a tough choice. Because field modulation's pretty good, but so is systems expertise. 10% damage, that's 10% shield efficiency. Or the ability to dissipate through your shields. And honestly, there's probably not a massive difference between the two. Yeah, Ballistic Rangefinder increases the base range. You got it right. Fuck boy. Is HMG the best option for the center mount? I think it's a really good option. I haven't tested, like I haven't run a thorough test, but it is pretty good. It matches up range with like the Mining Blaster, so you've got a good combination of kinetic and anti-armor. And then they also match, and then you throw in the Cryo Blaster and you've got your anti-hull. So they work together pretty nicely. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with this. Let's not overthink it too much. And then throw on stabilized shields. Get some more caps. Call it a day. You leveled up. Ah, you're... Wait, hold on. That's really unusual. So instead of impact mitigation showing up, helmsmanship showed up. That's very, very unusual, because normally the way that it works is that the skills that show up are kind of predetermined. And if you reload and then redo a battle to earn XP again, the same skills should show up. That's the way it normally works. So the fact that we got something different here means that some kind of mod has... or some kind of quirk of the system has changed the way it's supposed to work. Interesting. Right, well, let's go with that. You've just got solar shielding. I mean, you've been doing a decent job. Is there anything I can do for you, Penny Skeenish? Probably impact me. Yeah, probably just going this or this. Top speed is pretty useful. But then again, I might end up firing... Penny Skeenish could get fired any day now, so I don't want to put too much stock into him. Whereas the ship is going to stick around. So I take off a bunch there. Let's see what we can fit. Bulkheads might be nice, but so might be... Because I have this at, what, 19? Yeah, I think I want hardened shields. And then arguably heavy armor. Although, let's see. You do have impact mitigation, so that's not... Maybe I'll build in a targeting unit and then get like armored weapon mounts. Right. That seems reasonable. Either that or grab that. Because, wow, even with the heavy armor, it still works. Can I fit in... No, I probably just want to switch this over to heavy armor. Yeah, or armored weapon mounts. Yeah, that makes sense to me. I don't know. Looks good to me. Actually, maybe I don't need those anymore. That made sense when I was piloting it, but at this point, it's probably fine to cut those out. Squeeze out a few more points. Let's lean a little more into dissipation. There we go. It looks good to me. 1,200 armor up to 1,700. Backed up by impact mitigation. That's going to be some pretty durable armor, and at the same time, good shields. So this is going to be a lot more durable than last time. How many store points I got left? 1. Yeah, I'm going to hold on to that. Yeah, not much else to do except, you know, I've spent my story points. I'm ready. Let's just save and go in for the harder battle. Every time you S-mod ITU instead of DTC, an angel loses its wings. Good. Excellent. All according to plan. In fact, maybe I should wait for it to engage the station or something. Come on now. Yeah, fight me at the station, buddy. Guys, do you need to fire off this many interdiction pulses? Like, chill. And I don't know why they keep running away. Are interdiction pulses that scary? Okay. So now we can let the station do a lot of the tanking here. This is a much smarter move. I guess we'll keep the... Oh, wow, exactly 271. That's actually kind of perfect. It's kind of perfect. A little too perfect, even. Oh, and you can see because of my fleet doctrine, the ships that are part of this battle, these are my patrols. I've got one of these bad boys and a monitor. Not normally super relevant, but in this case, very nice. Why do the Knights of Lut have bug ships? That's a great question. I think it's a false flag operation, to be honest. I think they're just trying to paint the Knights of Lut in a bad light by pretending to be them. And for most of the sector, that might even work because they're both green. But you and I, with our keen observational skills, can tell that these guys are not the Knights of Lut. It's a subtle difference, but not every green is the same green. Yeah, so with all the fighter spam and all that nonsense, that should be a lot easier to deal with if we can hide behind a station. Oh wait, this thing doesn't even, its frontal shield doesn't even extend all the way to the back. That's funny. It's just completely vulnerable. And its engines are out. Well, that's a good day. Holy crap, this thing has a lot of armor. Yeah, kill those fighters, please. They are annoying me. I don't like them. Probably don't want to be that far out, but then again, you did sneak up behind the enemies, so that's a good move. Oh boy. Alright, you launched the enemy, nice. Yep, keep them coming. This is going to be taking a while. Oh, that was a good shot. You got him right as he unfazed. These guys, alright. Okay, so I barely got the overload, but I don't have anything to follow up with. Alright, take it away. Yes. Alright, it looks like the Star Fortress does use its mines on overloaded targets, which is really nice. It's a nice touch. Gotcha. Oh, you are... Oh, I should have been paying more attention to you. You're super dead. Oops. Oh, well. I don't think I need to deploy any more of them, though. Damn, this thing took a beating. It actually... It looks like they actually managed to destroy the support module. That's a rough one. I will deploy one of those, though. Just get a little more bodies on the field. Oh, whoops. I meant to drop my shields, but I was a little late. Oh, that's really spamming the mines on that one. These things seem to be pretty fragile once you get through the shields. You do not want to overload, which I guess is a smart choice, but it's making my job a bit more difficult. There we go. Now we got him. Remember, kids, if the Hivers show up and kick your ass, just reload a save and then bring the Star Fortress into it. And it looks like I did get lucky enough that my Star Fortress has siege lasers instead of tachyons. Normally they're supposed to have tachyons on those slots, but mine came with siege lasers. Having that long-range hard flux damage is pretty nice. they've just got more. They just keep bringing in more super capitals. Keep them coming. I need more trophies for my trophy room. Wow, 2 Reapers only did that much. That thing is tough. That's a tough guy. Now he's a dead guy. Yes. Yes. That's exactly how we drew it up. Oh, wow. Hold on. I took off the machine guns on the side, but this guy is getting close enough to use them. Interesting enough. Oh, he's escaping. Alright, never mind. We'll claim victory. And of course they're going to maneuver in for another attack. I mean, why wouldn't you? The first one went so well. I mean, surely the problem was just that you guys were running out of combat readiness. And nothing else. And look at them. They are repairing, though. So they've got that. But, yeah. Some of the auto-generated names are genuinely hilarious. Bad Dog, No Biscuits. That is a good name. Come in, Commander. I'm radioing in. Where is Bad Dog, No Biscuits? Our flank is collapsing. Bad Dog, No Biscuits, what's your status? Oh, wait, hold on. Oops. I should have been a little more careful there. Yeah, I always forget that Rift Torpedoes, even though they got their flux reduced, it's still a lot. I need to be a little more careful with that, because this is less than ideal. And these have these stupid fighters with the infinite Atropos. There we go. There we go. Okay, so I can't claim victory yet. There we are. Now we can pursue. Alright, Hiver takeover. Forces defeated. Ludic forces have been defeated. Which ideally should mean that if I head over to Colony Crisis, no. If I head over to my colonies, that Ludic majority should be, the bonus is doubled. There we go. So if we go over here, Ludic majority +2. Yep. So that was the Ludic Crisis, but with Hiver ships instead, to make it harder. Cool. Let's go back to 300, that's what I like. Alright. Okay, what's our next move? Our next move is to stop another invasion. Yeah, once again, it's 46 days, so it's not like I have time, because you've got to consider the time doubled. It's 20 days to get out there, 20 days to get back, 6 days to do whatever I want to do, but that's not like enough time to do anything significant. So in the end, I've just got to, more or less, just got to wait. Let's visit the Thunderdome. Ludic Path. Now that sounds like an anime mod. Ludic Path. I'm quite concerned what somebody would do if they actually got it into their head to do that. But luckily, that doesn't exist. How very fortunate of us. That's a good time to look in the garage. I think I'm going to keep him around for this next fight. I am going to replace them, but after we do these fights. After. Who did the most damage? The station. Who did the most damage? In the first fight, me, by a long shot. I outdamaged the station because obviously it's a flagship. I've got cybernetic augmentation, of course. It's not even a question. Okay. Yeah, more hegemony investigators. We're going to pretend those don't exist. Instead, we're going to go lo-fi mode and hide in the clouds. Let's see, Defender Victory. So the hegemony is holding on to Syndria. I don't remember this part of the AI wars. Tritachyon and the hegemony fighting over Syndria. That's some new lore drop. Maybe we can catch them a little earlier, instead of waiting right here. They are because they're following this path, so we should be able to catch them at some point. Now this is peak Star Sector gameplay, camping in a storm. That's right, you thought combat was the game is all about? You thought it was about organ harvesting? Smuggling? No. It's about role-playing the way that pirates act in this game and just camping out in hyperspace at the end of a slipstream waiting for somebody to show up. Man, these guys are not giving me a break. Wait. So well, hold on. So after this invasion, they're also going to send an expedition 100 days later. They're already planning to fail the invasion. They're already like, yeah, we're going to fail, so we're just going to send another one. That's oof. Compared to the defenses, Space Forces are evenly matched, so it's actually pretty... If it's evenly matched to that place, then it's pretty weak, isn't it? Like, I don't think this has a military base. It's just got a patrol HQ. If it's evenly matched with this, it is not doing well. I'll say that much. And when it hits size 6, I am going to give it a military base, though, and that's going to be pretty cool. Okay, hold on. So you're producing fuel. Oh, you're not finished yet. It's 3 days. Alright. Fair enough. Might as well get all of that queued up. Okay, so we're looking for this one. We should be encountering something, right? What was that? What was that down here? Was that my prey? Was that the bugs? No, it's too soon. It's too soon. Hold on. Let's have a look here. So, yeah, if I turn it to Freeport now, it's gonna... Still doesn't have enough accessibility, unfortunately. So it's not actually able to export everything. But pretty soon this is going to finish, and then I could probably try, like, head over and drop an alpha core. That'll be nice. I do have 4 story points now, so I could do that. But the megaport's going to finish pretty soon anyway, so I'm not super concerned about it. And that's another 30%. Yeah, I'm not going to burn my story points on that just yet. That's a Sentinel, so that's a defensive fleet. Yeah, I guess we just gotta hang out. We just gotta chill. We're not in any rush. Just please ignore me. You sound like House MD. True. I do. I am House MD, actually. I'm gonna make you try the medicine drug soon enough. Let's, I don't know why you gave her the normal medications when obviously what she needs is for her blood to be replaced with bleach. This will cure her of all of her problems. House, we can't replace all of her blood with bleach. It's gonna kill her. Clearly, you seem to think you know better than me, but I'm the smart guy in the room, which is why we're replacing her blood with bleach. Ethics have never been my concern. Ethics have always been my concern. No, that's not right. Ethics have always been my concern. Who even is that? That's not a character in the show. There we go. You are a bug. And then you just hear Robert Smith clicking angrily in the corner. Pills. Alright, let's kill these guys. Whew. The bugs are getting busy today, let me tell you. Now please, I want the Hyperion to go all the way up there. There we go. You really sound like him. It's kind of jarring how similar it is. Yeah, and it's like, only stupid doctors give the medicine drug. Gave a patient the stupid drug. You are a black man. This vexes me. It's like, thanks, House. Good job. You really showed him. You're so smart, House. I mean, it is funny. He is just such an unapologetic asshole sometimes. You see, I'm right and everyone else is wrong. Chase, you're stupid. Girl, I don't even remember your name. And Foreman is black. Therefore, I'm the smartest man in the room. No, I'm not racist. I just hate everyone equally. I'm Dr. House. I'm not even doing a good House impression right now. Hold on. Now, that's just me talking in my normal voice. Just, you know, kind of like a mask-off moment, revealing all of my true opinions that I really think, for real. I'm Dr. House, and I'm smarter than everyone else in the room. That's why I use my great intelligence to come up with more creative insults than anyone else. Look, Chase, obviously, Robert Smith is a human. He's just got a very rare skin condition. That's why we need to diagnose. That's why I prescribe more mouse bites. overpowered fighters even. Well, MKP2W. Yes. I think that's partly intentional, but there are some, like, even though they are somewhat intended to be like a boss fight, right? So the fighters being a little stronger than the vanilla balancing is intended, as far as I'm aware, but there are some other elements that are a bit more questionable. For sure. Yeah, we did lose one. Let's see if we can save that one. Don't we all need mouse bites to live? That's true. Just ask anyone who was alive during the Black Plague. Mouse bites are the way to go. God, they still have more coming in, because of course they do. See, look at that. That thing is massive, but it has no hull. It just dies instantly. It's like, that is very strange. Yep. Big Pharma doesn't want you to know. It's a homeopathic medicine, although that's it's an ancient remedy that cures all diseases. Mouse bites. Really? You had to die at the last second, did you? Of course you did. Well, that's a good idea, lad. Some dude, you're making a final stand. You're like, no, it is enough. There's enough Weeb mods. There's enough Weeaboo mods. I will not install the gas station Weeb mod. I have had enough. And I think that's true. I think that the Weeaboos have gone too far with the mods. We need less anime. We need less anime and more mouse bites. And they want to fight again. They just don't give up. They just don't give up. They don't know when to. Sometimes you look. It doesn't make you look tough. It makes you look stupid. Sometimes you just gotta call it quits. You should name your new cruisers House 70 related things. That's a good idea. I should do that. I could call one Chase. I could call one Foreman. I could call one 13. And then I could call one Mouse Bites. Was that it? No, there's more. They're just really slow. Oh, they're deploying the logistics ships. Oh, the bug is happening. They're deploying all of their ships and going and attacking. Oh boy. Look at those fuel tankers. Look at that. It's a super tanker. There are so many cool mods that I like, but I'm ultimately turned off because of the weeb shit. Says a guy named Hired Goon. Are you like a goon? Are you like a henchman, or are you hired to goon? You know what I'm saying? It's like, yes, we have this man on payroll specifically for gooning purposes. A goon hired to goon. Nice. Name one Counter Mouse. Civvy 11 mentioned. Now that's a statement. Cancer Mouse. Just full assault. Let's go. Kill them all. Kill them all, I say. I'm from Buenos Aires, and I say kill them all. It's never lupus. which is kind of the opposite of real life, but, you know. What can you do about that? Knock knock, who's there? Goons. Goons who? Hired goons. Hey, we're gooning all over the place, because we're hired goons. Some people call us thugs, but that's outdated terminology. Okay, did that beat it? Yes, that did beat the invasion. Okay. And they're still sending more, because they just don't know when to give up. Man. I'm unironically for Buenos and I approve this message. Awesome. Like, that's just a real life and movies in synchronicity, as they say. Frankly, I find the idea of a bug that thinks offensive. Would you like to know more? Alright. I think I'm ready to call it here. Alright, we've done a pretty good job. We fought a lot of bugs, and then we fought some more bugs, and then we fought some more bugs. There was a lot of... The bugs were very present today. This has been probably the most bug action we've seen in the entire playthrough. And there's going to be more next time. So I think next time, I'm gonna have to write this down so I don't forget. The first thing I want to do is rush over to the core worlds to buy some new cruisers. And then I'm going to have to rush back to defend my colonies from the next invasion. But until then, I'm going to have to call it here. Alright, whether you're a gamer and gooners alike, thank you all for watching, and I hope you had a good time. And I'll see you next week.